Pitch. Smith maybe sitting on fastball. Doesn't offer, and now 1-2. Warriors, 2 runners in scoring position, looking for a little rally stop, 2-out rally now after a ground out and a strikeout. And he got him on the outside part of the plate. Riley Maddock ain't playing around, and they leave 2 on and spoil back-to-back hits. Two hits, but no runs. Importantly, there for Riley Maddock, and they do strand 2 left on base. So after 1 full complete inning of play here, no score on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. We'll be right back.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
And click on pools.
Hey, we are back. Those of you that experienced orchestra, that's technical difficulties have been resolved, and you only missed some good pitching so far. There's no score through 1 full inning as Tank Kelly, 9 pitches to get the first 3 outs. And then Riley Maddock gave up back-to-back singles and then got a ground out, strikeout, and then another out to end the threat there and strand 2 Warriors on second and third. And so no score. You haven't missed any scoring here. Welcome to KSLSports.com, presented by UCCU Credit Union, and welcome back on the Fan Sports Network, as well as listeners across the great state of Utah and across the country. Glad you're with us. Devin Dixon, Mark Musgrave.
The voice you know.
Boulevard Home, our title sponsor of sports here on the Fan Sports Network. For over 48 years, everything for the home, down at Boulevard Home. First pitch here in the second, and that's going to be a little bit high, ball 1. Kelly looks like he's 88 with that fastball.
I think he's pumping high 80s for sure.
And that one right over the outside part of the plate, bottom of the K zone.
Yeah.
Kelly 11 pitches now, and he's got this count evened up at 1-1.
And I love how he's just ready to go. Hornsby has to hold up the umpire.
And Hornsby takes strike 2.
I love pitchers that just get that ball back and they get ready to rock and roll right away.
Somebody asked me the other day, do you think they should do a pitch clock in high school? And I said no.
I don't think they need it.
And I think the calm, the communication the catchers are wearing with
it definitely helps.
Do they're allowed to do that in the state tournament, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I don't know why the rules would change.
Well, it speeds up the game. You don't have to hand signal anything. You just say, hey, I want the breaking ball here, outside.
Yeah.
And then you relay that sign to the pitcher, and off you go. And now count evens up 2-2.
But I do like the new rules for MLB. I have really liked the new rules.
Most people do.
I've liked it, and I kind of consider myself an old school kind of guy. Oh, that got him.
Kelly inside, got him down around the ankle or the calf area, and Hornsby becomes the first base runner of the game for the Mustangs, who beat Desert Hills yesterday to stay on the winner's side of the bracket. And they come in here with that 5-1 win. Meanwhile, Snow Canyon got a walk-off 3-2 win to break Bear River's heart. Bear River, though, stays alive earlier today in another dramatic game as they beat Desert Hills and knocked out the Thunder. So Ridgeline and Desert Hills exit stage left. They are out of this double elimination tournament. Of course, the winner of this game stays in a good spot on the winner's side of the bracket, joining Dixie, who's also 2-0 so far in this tournament. And that one in for a called strike from Talon Kelly. They call him Tank. Sam Lindsay said he calls him TK. Talking with Sam a couple weeks ago. Tank does factor in to be the starting quarterback for Coach Esplin and the Snow Canyon Warriors football team this fall.
Okay.
With Hunter Johnson graduating. Yep. And we saw him start the game against Crimson and play really well. Of course, Crimson went on to play Desert Hills in the state 4A football championship. Talked about it a little bit earlier, but if you weren't with us, 4A going to be a lot bigger next fall with football, though. We got 25 teams in 4A now, 4 classifications. There's a 26 teams.
Yeah, I've heard different. 26, 27. It depends on what sport, too.
Right. Yeah, not everybody has a drill team. Not everybody has, all the different sports. Some are football only in classifications.
Right,
and
exactly.
And all the other sports there.
Oh, Kelly's dealing now. He's feeling pretty confident. I think he's a little pissed at himself with that hit by pitch. And now he's really rocking and rolling, letting that fastball fly.
0-1 pitch here to Maddock, Riley Maddock, who looked good after giving him those 2 hits and got 3 outs in a row. These guys will face each other. Both guys are swinging the bat. Maddock swinging it here and Kelly swinging it. What is he, down in the 7th spot in the batting order, I think, tonight? And painting the outside edge, strike 2, 1-2 the count now on Maddock. It's always kind of fun, that pitcher-on-pitcher matchup when you're going against each other. You're really trying to help your own cause.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Landon loves it as a pitcher. He loves to hit. He loves to help himself out, the old proverbial help yourself out kind of hit.
Yeah.
I mean, why put it in other people's hands, But again, one of those rules that the MLB has changed. Now, this has been a year or so. But the designated hitter in the National League, I thought I would be against it. Absolutely love it. I don't want to go up there and watch Clayton Kershaw strike out. Yes.
And he got him. S&S mechanical strikeout for Tank Kelly. He mows down Riley Maddock, who comes in with a 276 batting average, but can't get it going there. Here's Luke Palmer, the second baseman now for the Mustangs, stepping in. Sure-handed second baseman.
Again, batting about 294 for these Mustangs.
And fouls that one up and out of play.
It's just so different when you see Crimson Cliffs, Dixie, Snow Canyon. They have so many 350 and above hitters. And then when you see a very good batting average, 294, it looks a little...
Runner will go. Throw down. Hornsby trying to swipe it, and he does. It's a Jason Baumbeck with a home run stolen base for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I think they have him.
Actually, that's not Hornsby. That's Iverson in the pitch run, if I'm not mistaken. Hornsby did get a speed-up runner. Give Iverson the credit there for swiping it back, and that's why you pinch run right there. You get a little more speed on the base path. 0-2 count now with 2 away. We're in the top of the second inning. No score here from Miller Park at BYU.
But it kind of makes that 294 look a little mediocre. And my goodness, when you're hovering around 300, that's all-star baseball right there.
Pitch from Kelly. This slap the other way, but foul down the first baseline from the right-handed batter, Palmer. I agree.
Just so many good hitters throughout Region 10.
Tonight's game brought to you by Luke Udy and Associates, American Family Insurance agents down in St. George. Get a quote, auto, home, or life insurance. See how much Luke can save you today.
Man, love how Palmer's staying alive here with about 3 foul balls in a row. That one, he just stuck the barrel out just to get rid of it. It was going to be near the zone, and I always tell players that'll listen, don't leave it up to the umpire. If it's close, foul it off, go to the next pitch.
0-2 pitch, a swing and a drive, hit well, but right to right field, and there is Swenson to make out number 3. So a line out to right ends the inning. They do leave 1 runner out there on base, and you know what? Settle in. No score. Miller Park on a Tuesday night. What else you got better to do? Stay with us. Devin Dixon, Mark Musgrave. We'll be right back here after this message from our great local partners helping bring you the coverage here from the State Baseball 4A Championships.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
In Utah, we love our sports. At KSL, we live and breathe sports. Wherever the action is.
Look who we found in Pasadena.
We're there. Wherever you are. Tune in. On air, online, and on the new KSL Sports app. We cover it all. From high school to pro. And the only radio team that's home to the Utah Jazz. KSL Sports Live and KSL Sports Zone. The one team that never stops tracking your teams.
All right, back here at Larry H. Miller Field on the campus of BYU. We've got Mountain Crest, Snow Canyon. Going to battle it out. 0-0, bottom of the second. And that pitch is up and out for ball one.
Again, Maddock, though, coming in here, good ERA on the season. Seen a lot of work. Got a 5-2 record. Does have a save as well this year, so they've used him in multiple capacities. And his only save opportunity, he got that save. And you love the 43 strikeouts. The 19 walks, a little bit high, but so far the control has been good. 2.87 ERA. And
oh boy, I don't know about that, but my opinion doesn't matter. Only the umpires.
Ince goes down. It's another strikeout. Maddox thrown now 20 pitches.
Do you have that last pitch? Can we see that on an SNS mechanical replay here?
Coach Sechrist is want an explanation of where that pitch was.
Like, I don't know if it was on the swing or in it certainly wasn't on location.
So here's Talon Kelly. Another pitcher-on-pitcher matchup, and Kelly wins it. He rubs it right back up the middle for a one-out single. Go back to that pitch if you want to see that again, Mark. I think we have it for you.
Oh, here we go. SNS mechanical replay here.
Designated hitter, number 10.
Definitely had to reach inside.
Yeah, I can understand Coach Sechrist's frustration with that.
Number 2, Ledger.
So Kelly's going to get a Ledger Ship. Ship's going to come into pinch run here with him pitching, save his energy. Third hit of the game already for the Warriors. And here is Corbin Hayfin, and he rips it. And back-to-back hits, and they'll stretch Ship out, and he'll get over to the third. Runners on the corners now after a good first-pitch swinging hit there by Corbin Hayfin.
Yeah, he lined that one right over the second baseman's head. Easy first to third for Ship.
Corbin was not starting early in the year. About the first 10 games or so, he was not in the lineup most of the nights.
Look at that. Just a beautiful stroke out there into right center field. Yeah, nice piece of hitting. A nice piece of base running, too, by Ship. Now Loveland stepping into the batter's box. The Buck Brand Beef batter's box, Dev.
Yeah, homegrown Canab raised cattle, grass-fed. Get a half side, split it with somebody, get a full side of beef. Get out your email buckbrand@gmail.com. Say, hey, I'm interested in some beef to stock up the freezer for my grilling and chilling this summer.
And they'll ship it anywhere here in Utah.
And cut it up the way you want it. You're dealing directly with the owners. Give you that phone number, too, if you'd rather text or call. After this pitch, though. 0-1 pitch coming from Riley Maddock. Runner will go at second and won't throw down. Buck Brand Beef. Taste the difference. You've had some of their beef, haven't you, Mark?
I haven't yet.
You haven't. Homegrown Southern Utah beef. Call 435-644-2825. Write this number down. You can call them tonight, tomorrow, whatever. 435-644-2825. Get your hands on some nice cuts of steak this summer. And a swing and a miss there for Loveland. One of 3 seniors, Coden Herman, Britton Loveland, and Sam Lindsay. Those are the only 3 seniors on the entire roster for Coach Sechrist.
Coach Sechrist looking to stay strong in Region 10, well, Region 9 next year, and the 4A classification for years to come. Always got a good program over there.
Coach Sechrist was very complimentary of Mountain Crest when I talked to him yesterday after the Warriors win. Talked about the coaching staff, the quality of the program. That's Coach Sechrist's been doing this a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And he knows a good program when he sees it. Trace Hansen, his dad, and ring him up there. Late call, but it was a strikeout there. Loveland goes down for out number 2, and back to the top of the order, and Mikhail Swenson.
I think this home plate umpire and Coach Sechrist are going to become very close friends before this game's over with, for sure. I think they're going to get up close and personal. Wow.
Trace Hansen's dad, Steve Hansen, kind of a legend in the coaching ranks, right? And now Trace has taken over. Chatted with him a little bit before the game yesterday. And this is a good team he's got here in the 4A State Championship. The highest seeded team, not a Region 10 team from Southern Utah. Now Crest coming in as that 4 seed.
Yeah.
And here is the 1-1 delivery from Maddock. It's a chopper foul. Ship over there at third.
Going to take it to a 1-2 count here.
Hafen's down at second. So the second consecutive inning to start this game. Snow Canyon has had Ducks on the pond at second and third.
Yeah. Left him there in the bottom of the first. What are they going to do here in the bottom of the second?
Maddock is going to see that one go to the shortstop. Good play. Gobbles it up. And Dieter on to first. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. We have seen some marvelous first base play today over there. My goodness.
J.C. Jones with the grab at first from Dieter, who had to range deep into the hole and then get it over there in a hurry.
Let's watch this here on the S&S mechanical replay here.
Diving stop.
Gets back up. Transfer perfect.
Good stretch.
Wow, great stretch.
And it was just off the dirt, so it didn't short hop it.
Yeah.
So Riley Maddock, was working out of some jams here early on. Still scoreless baseball. Still can't. 4 hits, no runs. Tank Kelly will be back to pitch top of the third when we come back here on KSLSports.com and the Fan Sports Network.
Ernie Johnson and Charles Barkley welcoming you back to Susan's Cubicle here in Accounts Payable. What an afternoon of non-stop bookkeeping action, Charles. Are you kidding me? She set herself a reminder to get out of that chair and move.
That's a smart use of a timeout.
She's somehow still reading her emails while getting her heart rate up and moving her muscles. Healthy habits that could lower your risk of cancer.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Stand up to cancer and we want to help you reduce your risk for cancer. Visit takeahealthystand.org.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Devin Dixon, Mark Musgrave. Great play defensively by the Snow Canyon Warriors. They're moving quick as they got that slow roller out there and a good play over to first base for out number 1 behind Tank Kelly, huh, Mark?
Yeah, that was a beautiful play. Close play down there first, too.
Not your hands. Eat well and get plenty of rest.
Kelly ready to go.
Before flu season.
Here's pitch 2. The 1-0 pitch is down low and away. And 2-0 now. Game moving along quickly.
This has been really the game we've been looking for to kind of maybe get us on schedule a little bit. It's the last game of the night.
Burbank is at the plate. Burbank.
Kelly rocks ball 4.
Straight balls.
Uh-oh.
And the walk granted there. Burbank is aboard.
That's a leadoff walk. Baseball 101. Don't do that.
Well, Burbank, he's hitting down in the lineup, but he's a .351 hitter. Here's the shortstop, Dieter, who just made a great ranging, diving stop back to end the bottom of the second. Tank Kelly's the runner's going to go. Throw from Smith down is not going to be in time. It's a Jason Baum equity home run stolen base.
Oh, boy. Can we rewind that and get a replay of that?
He got a great jump. And that throw was there in a hurry from Hayden Smith, the Snow Canyon catcher. And it was really wayside.
Take a look at here, Dev. Boom. Good pitch to throw on.
Just got there quicker.
Yeah. God, it was a bang call.
I mean, he was still running pretty good tempo before it went off of the mid and off the leg of Loveland at first base. 1-0 Mountain Crest.
I don't think he was stopping regardless.
Which is crazy because if Loveland gloves that, touches the bag, he turns. He's got time to make in the inning there with the throw home and a tag, but we'll never know. 2-0 quickly the count here. So Mountain Crest strikes first. And there's a ball lifted, but not that deep. Right out there to left field, and Ryder Harrison's underneath it for out number 3. But not before Mountain Crest gets that run on an error by the Warriors. And it's 1-0 on our Wilkinson's Household Lighting scoreboard since 1948. Wilkinson's lights, fans, home decor, and more over there next to Fiesta Fun in St. George. We'll take the break. We'll be back right here on The Fan and KSLSports.com. Stay with us, everybody.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the...
Hello? Cheesesteak?
Grill.
grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Inspired design. Ultra-quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com today.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, across the great state of Utah, from Logan to St. George, coming at you on the Fan. And we're on radio in Cache Valley as well, with our sister stations up there. And then, of course, on the live stream. Thanks for watching or listening. And we love our sponsors. We'll be naming an Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. We've got a couple nominees already. We'll be, of course, keeping track of the awards, like our Hearst Ace Hardware Player of the Game. We'll name a defensive play for Morgan Pest Control. We got our Donut Run home run, which we haven't seen a home run all day today.
No,
yet.
the
Not
ball's
one.
Not quite carrying like it was yesterday. We had 2 yesterday.
And who will be I love this award, the Jersey Mike Sub of the Game. In baseball, usually that's sometimes a pinch runner or a relief pitcher or pinch hitter.
Yeah, I drove by a Jersey Mike's just today, right down the street, maybe 4 minutes from here.
You didn't have time, did you?
Didn't have time. Had to get back here. But, yeah, just right down the street. And what did I think about? Jersey Mike's Sub of the Game.
Getting Mike's way. Pitch from Maddock in for a strike. And quickly now 1-2 to Cruz Sechrist, number 2 hitter in the Warriors lineup. Older brothers, Cannon and Brogan and Brock. And he's the puppy dog. He's the youngest of the... And no sisters. Coach Sechrist just says, hey, we're raising baseball players in my house.
Whoa, hey, girls can be baseball players, Devin.
Well, no, but he doesn't have any daughters, is my point.
Okay.
I'm not saying... I hear there's an up-and-coming baseball player at Dixie High School that's going to play baseball instead of softball. Have you been
really? No, I haven't heard that, no.
I can't remember her name. Somebody's telling me she's legit. One of the best fast-pitch... Dad runs a fast-pitch baseball program nationwide. There's a pop-up, and it's going to be tracked down right there near the foul line in left field.
Nice play.
And Ryder Harrison.
Because if that drops, it's fair.
It would have been close.
He almost overran it, kind of reached back a little bit to catch that.
It's interesting. I had a great chat with Coach Sechrist a couple weeks ago about who at the family Thanksgiving feast wins the argument as the best Sechrist high school baseball player.
And who wins that?
Well, Reed said, don't forget about me. And he goes to compliment all of them. They're all different. They're all different players. He kind of dodged the question, let's be honest.
Yeah, it sounds like it. He's been versed in media.
Yeah. 2-0 quickly here to Sam Lindsay. Sam's got home run power. Tied for the lead in home runs in the state.
I gotta say, I think the coolest name, though, is Cannon. What a name like that.
He was a pitcher.
That is special, man. I mean, Cruz cool, Brock's cool, Brogan's cool. I have a niece named Brogan, by the way. That name can go either way.
Really?
Yeah.
Check swing, Sam Lindsay. It's interesting, the 2 leaders in the state of Utah, both playing here in the 4A state tournament. Trey Purser has 10, and Sam Lindsay, who just walked, has 10 home runs.
Yeah.
Olympus Jacob Faust has 9. Tyler Ball has 9. A couple other guys with 9, but those guys have 10. But Purser's got doubles in the first couple games, but he doesn't have a home run either. Sam so far in the state tournament. Kind of one of those things you can tell your kids in 20, 30 years. Hey, 2023, I led the entire state of Utah in home runs, son. You better get in the cage, kid.
That's right.
I'm a bucket dad now.
That's right. It's very true. Not many people can say that from year to year that they led the state in home runs.
Yeah, and in 20 years it'll be I hit 20 home runs, not 10 home runs.
It'll be stretched a little bit.
Yeah. And there's a throw over, and Lindsay's going to take second as that one shoots down the line in right field. And another runner in scoring position here for Snow Canyon. They've already stranded 4. And they trail 1-0, and Lindsay is into scoring position here.
Lindsay trying to get that run back. that Mountain Crest scored in the top of the third.
Throwing error there, I believe, on Maddock.
I think it has to go to the pitcher there.
So E1 on the throw. And now Hayden Smith puts a charge in that one, and it's going to drop. And it's going to eat him up. He charged it, was in between hops, and Sam Lindsay will score. It's an RBI hit for Hayden Smith, and we're knotted up 1-1 here at Miller Park.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I score that, if it's a single with an error or if it's a double, but he did charge that.
I think it's a hit.
You think, well, it is a hit, but is it a single or a double?
I don't think you give him an error. I don't think there's an error because of the turf, and maybe you do.
I don't know.
If you're a tough scorer, yes, you might.
Yes, yeah, and I do lean on the tough part of the score.
The official score here inside the park did not rule it in.
Yeah.
Game changer, the Snow Canyon game changer feed. We have the box score there. They have not ruled it in there.
Okay.
So Mark Musgrave has an
I am
error.
tougher. I expect more from these boys.
Well, the only one that would, is Budge out there. So you have to ask him.
Yeah.
But again, turf, right?
Yeah,
it
exactly.
Skips hard. It was hit hard by Hayden Smith. That was a hard hit baseball.
I'm sure every single one of these teams plays on natural grass.
I remember the first time, 1994, in the old Kingdom in Seattle. That original AstroTurf.
Oh, yeah.
They put a slab of cement down and put that little thin.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Rug burns are everywhere, man. The field turf has come so far since the mid-90s.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously the investments on players at the top level and, anytime you're playing on turf or grass in the MLB or even NFL is next level. And there's a slow roller out there that ends, grounds out to second, and that'll do it. But not before Snow Canyon gets a huge RBI hit from Hayden Smith to tie this game. So 1 run on 1 hit, and there was 1 error on the throw. They didn't score that error out in center field, and so we'll go with it here. And we are tied 1-1 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. You're listening and watching to Boulevard Home Furnishing. Coverage of the 4A State Tournament. We go to the 4th. When we come back, stay with us.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News
Lighting
today.
FX, SkyWest Airlines, Canyon Media, and St. George News.
We're back, everybody, here at Miller Park. Devin Dixon, Mark Musgrave, 9:37. This game didn't start till about 8:55, so we're actually moving along pretty nicely. This was scheduled for 8. They were about 55 minutes behind after 3 earlier games today. So thanks for staying up late, watching and listening to some state championship 4A baseball. Tank Kelly back out there. Rocks fires misses low to Hornsby, who will lead off for the Mustangs here.
Devin, you better not have given this game the broadcaster's jinx, and now we slow down to a snail's crawl.
I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx.
All right, I'm with you.
And that one just missing. I guess outside or a little bit high. I couldn't tell.
Looked like it might have been elevated. And
could be. Just high in the K zone. Kelly and Smith go right back to work, though, and that one's inside, downstairs. And quickly now 3-0 to Hornsby, who was hit by a pitch earlier. Again, it kind of we don't know who's going to play who until after the conclusion of this game because they look at the seeding, right?
Right.
You got Crimson and Bear River sitting around and lost him. Kelly walks him. And for Talon Kelly, it's only the second free pass of the game that he has given up. I guess he did hit a guy, too, so.
Yeah.
There's still no hits off Talon Kelly, though. Mountain Crest has not legged out a hit yet in this game.
And tied 1-1 on some really aggressive base running.
Here is Budge, the center fielder. Budge, 277 batting average coming in to tonight this year. Hasn't hit a home run all year. Has 18 RBIs, 14 runs scored, 11 walks, struck out.
Iverson over there with the pickoff attempt. Iverson should learn from that. He can take another half a step, maybe even a full step on that lead.
Yeah, and it looks like Iverson's going to run for Hornsby all night long because that's the second time he's pinch ran.
Yep.
I want to thank Intermountain Sports Medicine, our great sponsors. Summer training spots are filling up. You got the ground force. You got all the summer training for football, basketball, sports specific, no matter what sport you play at Intermountain Sports Performance locations. Logan to St. George. 5 Intermountain Sports Performance locations in Utah. Got one up in Park City.
Budge was trying to lay down a bunt, was unsuccessful for strike 1. 1-1 the count.
Kelly comes to the plate. A good stop by Smith. That one was low. The wind picked up in the early game and into the game 2. You know, about noon to 2, there was a little breeze, but there's absolutely no breeze here in these nightcaps. Smith wants time. He wants to go talk to Talon Kelly.
Kind of struggling hitting the zone right now. It's a 3-1 count. And
it's up to 49 pitches.
Smith doesn't want him to get 2 on with nobody out here.
Maddox exactly 49 pitches, but of course we're into the top of the 4th.
Yeah.
But no outs, so they're kind of pacing similar in their pitch count.
Yeah, pretty similar.
Kelly now after the visit, rocks, fires, and right down Broadway for a called strike. 3-2, full count now on Budge, the center fielder for the Mustangs. Got Iverson out there with good speed, pinch running at first. Kelly, and that was outside, like maybe a hard slider that had some movement, and Budge just threw the bat at it and got it off the end of the bat.
Yeah, I love that he did that. I love that kind of hitting where you don't, that was going to be a ball for sure, but he had already committed. He was able to slow up that barrel and just foul it off and live to the next pitch.
High and inside, ball 4, lost him. 2 on, nobody out here, top 4th in a 1-1 ball game.
Both walks. 2 leadoff walks by Kelly. I know that doesn't make Coach Sechrist very happy that you're gifting them these bases.
Appreciate Mountain Land Supply, one of our great sponsors of the State 4A tournament, featuring Bryant, Southern Utah's premier heating and cooling systems for your home or your commercial property. Bryant, whatever it takes. This is Maddox, and
they had him leaning too because the Maddox was going to bunt, and Iverson was trying to get a little bit of a head start, and they caught him leaning, just not quite enough.
Yeah, Tank Kelly is paying attention to the runners. There's no question that will play. Now he puts his attention on the batter. Maddox fouls it into the plate, so foul ball.
Now this is one of the little things that can really help decide a game is, again, you got runners on
small ball situations.
Yes, first and second, no outs. You got one job to do, Maddox. That's put a bunt down and advance those runners. This is just one of the little things that needs to be done in a state tournament.
See if Maddox can do it here on the 0-1 pitch. Clearly looks like he's still planning on squaring the bunt. Now he whips it back. Chin music from Tank Kelly. And it's ball 1. 1-1 count evens up here. I mean, just absolutely perfect night to be out at the yard. And there's the bunt, laid down nicely to third. Andrew Lyon comes in, throws over to Loveland for out number 1. Runner advances over there to second and over to third. 1 away.
Yeah, perfect bunt there by Maddock. He did his job, and now he's getting, high fives and hugs as he walks back into the dugout because his team knows that he did his job.
Man, like I mentioned, Trace Hansen learned from the best, his pops. I mean, he knows how to coach the guys up, and I'm sure they've worked on that situational baseball. And now here comes Reed Sechrist, the skipper. Now, it's not Brandon Lyon, the pitching coach. It's actually Coach Sechrist out there for a entire infield drawn-in meeting on the mound, brought to you by Nets on Fire basketball training facility. Actually, Intermountain Sports Performance has 2 St. George locations. One of them is in the Be More Sports Complex, where Nets on Fire has summer training options. You could actually double dip there. You get your basketball training this summer and then get faster, increase your vertical and all those things. So we do have a change. The umpire is pointing out there is some sort of a change here, but it's not a pitching change.
No, I think he was just telling that's his first visit.
Okay.
Just making sure that it was noted.
Okay, good. Because I didn't see. I was looking.
Yeah.
Ince is still at second. Loveland still at first. Crew and Rue at third. Everybody's still the same in the infield. Good catch, Mark. And now Tank Kelly, after the meeting, we'll see if the message from Coach Sechrist, who was so good the first 2 innings, and now a little trouble here. And that was going to hit well. Going back to Swinson. And he misplays it. It gets all the way to the wall. And it's going to be a 2-run double. And they're going to stretch to a triple. He keeps going past second. Head first slide to third. And it's Mountain Crest leading now 3-1.
Wow, what a shot. Definitely a nominee for our bin blaster blast of the game.
And Swinson turned like he had a bead, then backpedaled. He thought he had it, and he just didn't get deep enough. That ball kept carrying into right field. There's the celebration over there at third for Palmer, the second baseman. Big time hit there over the outfield and right. And there's a first pitch strike to Albrecht. Wyatt Albrecht stepping in from the left side.
Boy, Mountain Crest, they are here for this tournament.
Yeah, they got a good fan base, don't they?
They really do.
Albrecht hitting .244 on the season average.
The infield for the Warriors playing in right on the cut of the grass, looking to hold that runner at third.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 now to Albrecht.
Outfield pretty much playing straight away and normal depth, but definitely infield looking to get that ground ball, look Palmer back, keep him at third base to get that second out.
And that was a chopper fouled off the plate. Glad you're with us on the radio side, 99.5 or 95.3 in St. George, 93.1 up in Cedar City, Fan Sports Network. Hanging out. Thanks for joining us on the UCCU live stream on KSLSports.com. And that gets away. And the pass ball is going to score another run or wild pitch, however you want to score that. I'd have to see it again to be more definitive, which it was. And now already 3 on the board here in the top of the fourth, and a 4-1 lead for the Mustangs.
Yeah, putting up a crooked number here in the top of the fourth are the Mustangs, and Warriors are going to have to kind of settle down, push the reset button. Kelly needs to go back to just challenging these hitters.
Here's a replay one more time. As this one was definitely inside. And Smith is so good behind the dish. That's why I was kind of leaning maybe wild pitch. Let's see the replay here. Oh, that was the foul into the dirt. That was the play before. That's okay. 2-2 the count now on Albrecht. But already a big inning working for the Mustangs. And that one missing outside. Full count. Top fourth. Just 1 out.
Kelly's been having a hard time with finding the zone this inning. He's walked a couple of batters.
And shot over to Rue at third. Long throw. One hops right to Loveland, who makes a nice scoop dig there for out number 2.
Beautiful play by the first baseman Loveland over there.
2 away.
He played that hop just perfectly.
Our Bucks Ace Hardware look ahead to tomorrow. We know on the winner's side of the bracket will be the winner of this game and then Dixie. And so we know Dixie and the winner of this game will play later in the day, but we don't know the matchups because the seeding matters, right? You got the 8 seed Bear River, and then you got the 2 seed Crimson Cliffs, just waiting to see who they will play against. So I'm sure a lot of those fans and coaches keeping an eye on this game tonight.
Kelly having a hard time finding the zone. 3-0 count here to Burbank.
TK trying to find the zone here, and he does. And so often you see that. You think you're you're sprinting to first, you flip the bat down, and then you got to go get it. Burbank says, all right, I'm back in the box. All good. And lost him anyway. And kind of Burbank was taken all the way, it looked like.
Wonder how long the leash is here for Coach Sechrist for Tank Kelly. Again, kind of a crooked number getting put up here in the top of the 4th inning by the Mustangs. There's a strike. Called strike 1 for Kelly. Pulled the string on that one a little bit.
Much needed strike there for TK.
Yeah, he really did need that. He needs a couple more here as well.
Snap throw over Loveland at first. Runner back in time. That is Burbank over there. Dieter, strike 1. As he was just looking there, wanting to see one. So here's the 0-1 pitch from TK, and it's a slow roller out there to Loveland, who covers. He's going to have to flip it over to covering Tank Kelly, and they do step on the bag, but not in time. Everybody's safe.
Wow.
And the inning goes on for the Mustangs. It was a tough play.
It was a bang play. My original thought was on that he was safe, was my original thought. If we can get an S&S mechanical replay on that would.
We've seen a lot of close plays today. We've seen a couple
really
almost like ties, and tie goes to the runners, and this could be another scenario where it was simultaneous, and obviously the official has got the best viewpoint. He's sitting right there behind the bag at first, staring right at the play.
Here we go.
Loveland gets to it.
Nice play.
Flips it from his knees. He does have to kind of second. It looked like a tie. It looked like they went down at the same time.
Yeah.
Exact same time. And as they say, tie goes
to the runner.
Yeah, let's make a country music song out of that, huh? Coach Sechrist appealing.
My girlfriend's gone, and tie goes to the runner.
Coach Sechrist fighting for his guys. Maybe just send a little message there, and maybe he'll get the next call.
And that's exactly what it's all about.
Just asking for a little help here. But really, that's his call. And,
yeah.
And really, it was close. I can see why Coach wants to fight for his guys here, but I can see why he called him safe as well.
But you're exactly right. It's not. I mean, yes, if you change this call, that's great, which I don't think it's going to be.
Yep. Safe.
But he really is fighting for that next 50-50 call.
But I do like a crew that will get together, say, did you see anything different?
Too.
Did you see anything different?
I love that.
And they were like, hey, looked like it was simultaneous to me. You had the best look.
And I think most umpires are willing to do that for sure, instead of letting an ego or whatever get in the way and say, nope, he was out.
No, that's why I said I do like it when a crew will oblige the manager and say, I'll go see if anybody's got anything different.
Sure.
And there's maybe a mad pitch from TK right there.
I think so too.
Whipping that one over for a called strike 1 here to, this is JC Jones.
You could hear Smith's mitt, his glove pop from all the way down there, clear up to here.
Checks his swing, but it's a strike because he paints the outside part of the play. Don't forget, softball starts tomorrow. KSLSports.com. 4A, 5A brackets, pod play, Super Regionals is over. I know Lister and the boys have, I think it's 6-8. I think Nate Dowdle and Trevor Allen have the call on all the 5A games here on KSLSports.com. Of course, our season will wrap up here on the Fan Sports Network with Championship Saturday. Be up here all the rest of the week, though. And there, got him looking. There's an S&S mechanical strikeout for Tank Kelly. But not before they get 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors. They do leave a couple stranded out there on base. And on the Wilkinson scoreboard, Mountain Crest has opened up their largest lead of the game so far. 4-1 over Snow Canyon. We go to the bottom of the 4th when we come back.
Southern Utah's #1 golf course is Copper Rock.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cash Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
Talon Kelly to lead off for the Warriors, trying to help himself out a little bit. And a swing and a miss, strike 1 from Riley Maddock, who has been terrific. He's given up some hits, but he's been able to work out of trouble time and time again. And now all of a sudden you look up and you're Riley Maddock after 3 runs hung on the board in the top of the 4th, and you got your first convincing lead of the night with a little bit of cushion here.
And right now the Warriors need base runners.
Check swing, missing ball. 2. I mean, Mountain Crest did take the 1-0 lead. Snow Canyon tied it in the bottom of the 3rd. Both teams chip in a run, and then 3 right there in the top of the 4th, and that's where we stand. Swing and a miss, 2-2 the count. Big cut there from Kelly.
Yeah. Now it's time to shorten up a little bit. Just put the ball in play. Again, base runners are a premium right now for the Warriors.
And got him. Another K, hang it up. And Corbin Hafen will step in.
Corbin's he's been swinging a good bat, though.
Corbin?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's been swinging a great bat.
Like I said, I mean, at the start of the year, he was not in the starting lineup. He just played so well. He fought his way into the lineup. And he's hitting .333. 1 home run, 4 doubles.
1 for 1 today.
Yep.
Line drive over second base.
He's appeared in 16 games. And a swing and a shot back up the middle for a 1-out single. There you go, on cue.
2 for 2 for Mr. Hafen.
Yeah, and he's just a junior. Got back next year. Very, very deep junior class.
Mm-hmm. Where it's so funny that Desert Hills has 1 junior. Other schools are deep with juniors, and it's so funny how that just goes from school to school differently.
Yeah, Desert Hills had a lot of talented sophomores.
Yes.
Crimson is very senior laden this year.
Very senior, yep.
Got, 5 or 6 guys already going to play next level college baseball?
Yeah.
Saw them earlier today. They won, staving off elimination, beating Ridgeline.
Looked a little more Crimson Mustang like today.
Here's one of the 3 seniors for Coach Seacrest. This is Loveland. Snap throw over to first. Hafen back in plenty of time with the head first slide. Appreciate Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. When we're all done, we'll just kind of set the table and look at the broadcast schedule for tomorrow. We'll get you the final Adams Wealth Advisor stats, hand out some awards in our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Appreciate Dr. Cody and his staff. They got you covered with all your kids' dental needs. 2 Southern Utah locations. 2-1 the count now on Loveland. 1 on, 1 out. 4-1 lead for the Mustangs. 4 runs on just 2 hits. 1 run on 6 hits for Snow Canyon. Both teams have 1 error so far.
Loveland didn't agree with that called strike.
And it's 2-2. Maddox delivers the pitch, and it's down low. Full count now. Snow Canyon as a team hits it .353. Really good team batting average. And that one fouled off. You look at the Mountain Crest, they come in hitting .328 as a team. Both starting pitchers had similar ERAs.
Right now,
2.6, 2.8.
But right now, advantage Mountain Crest up 4-1. They put a crooked number up in the top of the fourth, trying to hold off the Warriors. Boy, it's always nice when the visiting team, the top half of the inning, they put up a crooked number. It's always nice as the home team to answer that, and that's what the Warriors are trying to do here.
Maddox, full count pitch, got him looking 2 away. Hafen does take second there, was going on the pitch. So this is the 4th inning in a row the Warriors have at least had a runner in scoring position, and they're back to the top of the order in Swenson.
Boy, it would be nice to answer that 3 spot the Mustangs put up with something. Answer it with something.
Well, I think Swenson would be the first guy to want to do that after that ball got over his head out there in right field last inning. A swing and a drive, and he does. He loops it into left field. Runner will go around third. The throw is going to be cut off, and it's an RBI single for Mikhail Swenson, who on cue helps make up for that little mistake out there on that play. He misjudged a little bit.
Yeah, it's just nice to answer a run with a run. I know that Mountain Crest scored 3, but you got to answer it with something. There's still a lot of baseball left, but you don't want to be chasing 3, 4, 5 runs going into the latter part of this game.
Yeah, and we're just bottom of the 4th inning here. Kind of at the midway point of this game.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
In Utah, we love our sports. At KSL, we live and breathe sports. Wherever the action is.
Look who we found in Pasadena.
We're there. Wherever you are. Tune in. On air, online, and on the new KSL Sports app. We cover it all. From high school to pro. And the only radio team that's home to the Utah Jazz. KSL Sports Live and KSL Sports Zone. The one team that never stops tracking your teams.
Welcome back, everybody, here BYU University, home of the first and second day. Today, day 2 here in bracket play after the regionals over the weekend.
And Devin, I got to say, everybody was talking up this cougar tail. We just had one, and I wasn't impressed. I'm sorry, BYU fans, Cougar fans all over the country, all over the state of Utah, just wasn't impressed.
Well, I think it was probably baked, and it's 10 o'clock at night, Mark. It's probably just a little dry. Warm day. It was a little dry though, but it was, they cooked it this morning.
Oh, boy.
Would have been better if I had some milk.
Yeah, it would have been a lot better with some milk. A strike. 1-2 the count here to Nielsen. Kelly trying to find that zone again. Looks like he has. He hit a spot there. It's ball 2, but that's right where Smith wanted it. Trying to get Nielsen to chase on that. Foul ball over into the Warrior dugout. People go scattering. So Kelly coming out firing this inning. He rocks, he rolls, delivers. Ball 3, full count here.
Yeah, I'm patient AB here by Andrew Nielsen. Everybody now watches that one come in, and it gets away. It would have been a K, but it bounces away, and so instead he's aboard. You'll take him any way you can get him. Hornsby will step in. 1 on, nobody out here. Top of inning number 5, 4-2 Mountain Crest leads. Devin Dixon, Mark Musgrave. Time called by Snow Canyon, and here comes Coach Sechrist.
And that might be the final straw for Tank. He's looking like he knows what's coming here.
And he's going to give the ball to Andrew Lyon, it looks like Andrew Lyon moved to the middle of that. There's a Swenson.
Looks like they're going to swap a couple of positions around.
Yeah. So it's going to be Swenson into pitch, I believe. Ince is going to go to the outfield. Andrew Lyon is going to probably go to second, is my guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we've got a pitching change. They're going to give him some warm-up tosses. Pitching change brought to you by Nets on Fire. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll tell you about the new pitcher, Caleb Swenson, when we come back here. Mountain Crest leading 4-2.
It's time for the 1940s hang.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
So Swenson is in to pitch. He was in right. St. Kelly will go to third. Andrew Lyon will go to second. And Ince will go out to the outfield. Those are the changes here for Coach Sechrist in the 5th inning. Top half, 4-2 Mountain Crest lead. Numbers on Swenson this year, as he's seen some work, but 9 1/3. Giving up just 5 hits, no runs. And walked 3, struck out 19. So hasn't seen a lot of time, but when he has pitched well. And he comes in relief of Tank Kelly. You get the final line by Adams Wealth Advisors. Locations now in St. George as well as up in Cache Valley. Markets could be unpredictable, but charting your financial future shouldn't be. Plan a consultation. Go to adamwealthadvisors.com. So the line on Kelly, 4 innings, 1 hit, 4 runs, 3 earned, walked 5, struck out 5.
Yep.
And Hornsby is the batter here. Hornsby officially no at bat, hit by a pitch and walked. But he's reached twice. When he gets aboard, they bring Iverson in a pinch run. Iverson does have a run scored tonight already.
Again, just to kind of reset here, we're in the top of the 5th inning. Runner on first, no outs.
And that one pushed foul, foul down the third base line by Hornsby.
Hornsby put a good swing on it.
For Coach Hansen, you're the skipper for Mountain Crest. You love where you're at right now with the 4-2 lead. You've chased the starter out of the game here with the lead.
Absolutely.
And you only have 2 hits.
4 seed going up against the number 1 seed in the RPI rankings.
And that one missing ball. 1-1-2 now. Swinson fastball, slider, curve change. See it all here. Saw him pitch a little bit last year because Isaac Lyon and Luke Anderson.
Yeah.
And Isaac is at Grand Canyon and Luke is playing here at BYU.
Right.
Couldn't pitch due to some injuries. So Swinson saw quite a bit of innings last year. Haven't used him maybe as much on the mound this year. He's a junior. And that one fought off out of play. Just wanted to be just a little bit late on those. He's fighting them off. Guys and Goats is going to go get those foul balls down there. We'll probably see if Snow Canyon wins or loses. We'll probably see Goats start tomorrow for the Warriors. This is not an elimination game. Both these teams won yesterday.
Yeah, they'll both be back tomorrow. But again, you just want to stay up in that winners, the top of the bracket.
It does make the path a lot easier to stay on that one.
Absolutely.
Winner side of the bracket. You look at Crimson losing yesterday. They'd have to win 6 in a row to win state, right?
Oh, man. And they got one of those today.
And that one outside. 2-2 the count now. You know, Kelly started this game working at such a fever pitch pace. Swinson coming in here is a little more deliberate.
Yeah, we have slowed down the pace of this for sure. That pitch well outside for a full count here. 3-2 to Hornsby. Every time I see the name Hornsby, I think of Bruce Hornsby in the Range, an old 80s group. Deb, you probably don't even remember them. You're way too young.
Runner will go, and it's a swing and a drive, but right to Sam Lindsay in center field, camps underneath and makes out number 1. And Nilsson will go back to first base. So line out to center, and here's Porter Budge, the center fielder, stepping in. Budge tonight 0 for 1 officially. Righty on righty, the pitching and the hitting matchup here. First pitch right down Broadway. Swinson delivers the fastball for a called strike 1.
Good way to start. Get out ahead of in this count. Always pitch ahead. It makes your job a lot easier.
And that one just missing. Crimson skipper Justin Abbott walking down the stairs in front of us. He's kind of checking out some late night baseball. Kyle Boyer, one of his assistants, is with him as well. And strike. 1-2 the count now here on Budge. 4-2 lead for the Mustangs. Top 5.
Swinson not as much velocity as Tank, as Kelly, and I think it's kind of, oh, there you go.
S&S mechanical strikeout, swing and a miss for Porter Budge. And that is out number 2. Well, as a skipper, sometimes you just kind of had a feeling. You just kind of felt like it was time for Coach Seacrest to bring in Swinson, and so far, 2 up, 2 down. Well, Mikhail Swinson, and he's ready. The righty delivers, and it's just off the outside part of the plate. Ball 1.
Kind of a lost art, just going with your gut feel as a skipper, as a manager. You know, there's so much analytics involved, especially at the MLB level, where managers don't even have to deal with their gut anymore. They just go with what the numbers tell them.
Yeah, and it bites you in the butt sometimes.
It absolutely does.
Well, you're playing the numbers game.
Analytics a part of just about every sport now.
wind up in the pitch and is fouled up and out of play. It's going to drift into the bullpen over there down the Mountain Crest first base dugout line. 2-1 the count now on Riley Maddock. Starting pitcher tonight has been good, but he's given up 7 hits, but only 2 runs. That's the key.
Yeah.
Been great in clutch moments, getting outs when he needs it.
He has definitely worked himself out of some trouble that he got himself in. So yeah, it's been fun to watch that for sure.
Fastball just a bit high and tight. 3-1 the count now. Coach flashing the signs from third base coach's box.
Swenson just trying to get this last out, go back in and try to hit and get some more runs on the board. Oh, they had him leaning just a hair, but he's not that far off the bag. So even though he was kind of caught leaning, he gets back in plenty of time.
Maddock again, just 276 batting average. Good on base percentage though, around 430. And the count is now full. Who will win this battle? Swenson versus Maddock. Maddock doesn't even wiggle the bat. Runner will go, and it's fouled. And this was going to drift up and out of play. Another Cache Valley Bank foul ball.
You know, it's a good at bat here by Maddock. He's got it to a full count. He's fouled off a few pitches. And I know Swenson just kind of came into the game, but he's already up to 17 pitches. Just a good at bat. Even if he doesn't move the runner or if he gets out here for the third out, it's been a good at bat.
Runner will go again and got him.
Yeah, it was right down the pipe.
Backwards K for Swenson, who comes in relief and gets a couple S&S Mechanical strikeouts. And Mountain Crest will stay with a 2-run lead here, 4-2. And we go to the bottom of inning number 5 when we come back here to Miller Park inside the 4A Baseball Championships.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you could still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
cheesesteak
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a bright Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Zion, Utah, Jellystone Park.
Welcome back. Having some fun here. Just chatting with Jeff Clough, Utah High School Activities Association. Come by and say hello. Love Cloughie. Got to know Jeff really good. Longtime SID down at Dixie State back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff always likes to give you a little shine.
Oh, yeah.
And we go to the bottom of the 5th here, and leading off for the Warriors is Ryder Harrison.
I've gotten to know his brother, Paul, as Cooper is a member of the Desert Hills High School baseball team.
Ryder takes that one. And quickly, 3-0 here. Maddock being a little cautious with Ryder Harrison. And grooves that one right down the middle for a called strike 1. Ryder was taking. Maddock working quickly here with nobody on base. Has a sign. Rocks. Short little leg kick. And now chopper foul by a couple yards down the first base. Right field line.
Full
and 3-2.
Yeah, full count here to Harrison. Lefty. Looking to get the leadoff runner on the base paths. Get Maddock maybe throwing some stress pitches.
And Harrison, who had the donut run and walk-off home run last night, will take a walk here, but when you're down 4-2, you'll take it if you...
Absolutely. Just, again, base runners are a premium right now for the Warriors. As, again, we're coming into the latter part of this game, bottom of the fifth.
Looks like we might have a stoppage here.
Sam Lindsay
pinch runner.
Okay, the pinch runner. Yeah, the speed-up runner.
Put a little more speed on the path here for Ryder Harrison. And Sam Lindsay will step in.
That way Ryder can get his... Actually, this would be a pinch runner, wouldn't it? Not even a speed-up runner.
Yeah, Brown, I think, is in the run here.
Mm-hmm. Now Sam Lindsay steps in. Again, 10 home runs, leads the state, ties for the state anyways, with 10 dingers.
Maddock, high, ball one.
Definitely a hitter you got to be careful with.
72 pitches for Maddock right now. Still out there slinging it. And a swing and a drive, and this is hit well. Going back, though, and getting to that ball is Budge for a deep out.
Boy, they had him played just about perfect.
That's why you kind of call that graveyard out there in center. A lot of room. 402 to straightaway center field. You got to really put a charge in one to get it out of the park here.
Absolutely. That might be off the wall in Santa Clara, at Snow Canyon, I should say.
Wind up and the pitch and a shot to third. Bobbled. And Hayden Smith trying to leg it out, but he cannot get there. Good job staying with that over at third by Andrew Nilsson.
It was hit so hard, they certainly had a chance for a double play, but after the bobble, there was only one play to be made, and that was at first. And, boy, once he gathered that ball, he just threw it over there on a rope.
Anybody that played the game know you can't panic in that situation. You got to calmly go get the ball and not rush the throw. You want to put a little more zip on that ball, but you got to stay calm through that process.
Absolutely.
Or you can compound a mistake with a bigger mistake.
Yeah, usually you spike it right at the first baseman's glove.
Here's Ince, 0-1 pitch inside, 1-1. Appreciate Bin Blasters. Get their clean can plan. Go to binblasters.com. Stop by, clean your garbage cans. Chopper up the middle. Shortstop getting over to a good range there by Dieter. Throw in time for out number 3. So Harrison walked, but they couldn't do anything with him as Riley Maddock has really settled in nicely. No runs, no hits, one left on base. We go to the middle of the fifth. 4-2 on the Wilkinson South Sliding scoreboard. Mountain Crest leading Snow Canyon here from the 4A Baseball Championships.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Back live here, Miller Park. pretty big treat for these high school kids, these freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors. Doesn't matter to play on this field. Some of them probably want to be a future Cougar.
Absolutely.
Trent Pratt's been floating around a lot today, sitting in the press box next to us, kind of taking advantage of games on the Cougar field.
Yeah.
Brett Herring, some folks in St. George, I remember those names. They were on Mike Littlewood's staff when he was the coach back at Dixie College through all those years. 04, was it 04? 02 national champ, 04 national champs in junior college.
So the equal is ME1.
We go to the 6th. Mustangs leading 4-2.
From Mount Crest, the second baseman, number 2, Luke Palmer.
Getting a little umpire banter going back and forth on a text thread.
I love it. I did say tie to the runner, you know.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I think the umpires are doing a terrific job. Some good umpires in the state of Utah. We see a lot of these high school guys now working a lot of college games.
Yeah.
You know, got friends with a lot of them, you know. You get to know the head of the Southern Utah Officials Association, Gene Van Orden, his whole crew.
Love Gene.
Travis Roberts doing, you know, a lot of Pac-12 and big-time college baseball. Chad Veters are really good. Umpire Casey McClellan.
Yeah.
Jeff Clough is the USSA is absolutely doing a lot of big-time. In fact, him and Trav, I think they have it planned out. They always get that Hawaii swing. Which I'm jealous of.
Yeah, you got
to be in Hawaii on baseball.
You got to take advantage of, you know, some of the perks right there. That's one of them.
Got to take the golf clubs on that trip.
And two, you know, I've heard some youth stories as of late, just with, I mean, we're talking Little League, where umpires are getting hammered by parents, and we're talking 12-year-old baseball.
Pop up and out of play. Count will stay 2-2 here.
And it's really, don't you believe, Devin, that it's really becoming an epidemic of just, you know, the hammering of officials, whether it's football. You know, football not nearly as bad. They're out on the gridiron. The crowd's not really on top of you. But basketball, baseball, ground ball to third base, thrown out. So that is out number 1.
And I think Jeff was actually working that Utah UVU game tonight. That's why he's back over here to the ballpark.
Okay. But I'll tell you what, if parents and fans don't lighten up, we are not going to have officials to officiate our kids' games anymore. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't do it. I don't know about you, Devin, but
you just got to have thick skin. It does take a toll on you, though.
It has to.
It's hard because you
don't know where that umpire's wife or girlfriend or daughters and sons are sitting.
Strike called there at the bottom of the K zone. 1-1 the count now.
I don't know. I just think we need to do better. And yeah, do they make mistakes? Absolutely, they do. They'll be the first one to tell you, yeah, I missed that call. I missed whatever. But my goodness.
I haven't seen a lot of missed calls. The only questionable call I've seen so far in the 4A state tournament was the catch out there in right field where he somersaulted and did he sustain it long enough?
And everybody.
And that was a questionable call. That, you know, it's a judgmental call on how long do you have to sustain the catch. That was yesterday.
And everybody's strike zone is a little bit different, so that's going to vary a little bit.
Swenson missing inside. 3-1 the count here on Albrecht.
But I will say we need to do Rowdy right. We need to be a little bit better as parents, fans.
Shot up the middle. And on a 3-1 pitch, Albrecht has a 1-out single for the Mustangs.
Back in business with 1 out. Boy, they'd love to get an insurance run. Just widen that gap just a little bit more as we enter the latter part of this game. Top of the 6th, only.
Here's the left fielder, Trey Burbank, stepping in here.
2 more innings to go. And, you know, as it gets closer to the end, that 2-run lead just becomes a little bit bigger if you're the Mustangs and the Warriors.
Mustangs. Palmer has a hit, 2 RBI hit. Albrecht with a hit there.
A pitch outside for ball 1.
More runs than hits for the Mustangs. Their fans love that, no doubt. That's where it counts, on the scoreboard.
That's where you get judged.
Swenson, the 1-0 pitch, chopper foul, and quickly 1-1 now. We started with 8 yesterday. We're down to 6 teams left. The winner of this game will join Dixie as the only 2 teams without a loss so far through 2 days here in this true double elimination tournament. I love what they've done with the baseball tournament. I mean, make it a week-long event.
Yeah.
You got a best-of-3 series. You got to beat a team twice if you come through that one-loss side of the bracket. I think you do get a true state champion with this format.
I do like it as well. You know, my nephew is a senior out in Northern California, and their state tournament is over like 2 weeks where they don't even have to deal with pitching issues. They can just kind of go with their normal pitching rotation, and that kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of it.
Buzz the tower there, 3-1 the count now. I think Burbank maybe thought it grazed him, and he was going to dart down to first, thinking he got hit by the pitch. Umpire says, no, I didn't see that, so stay put. Swenson has the sign. The righty rocks, fires, and just a bit low. Ball 4, so 2 on with 1 out here. And here comes Dieter.
Only 1 away here.
Game tonight brought to you by Nets on Fire. Again, if you tuned in late earlier today, Bear River wins by a run over Desert Hills. Desert Hills season comes to an end. Ridgeline goes down. Crimson Cliffs, their season comes to an end. And Dixie, huge win over Green Canyon, 8-1 behind Case and Bell on the bump. Final game of the night. We start a little earlier tomorrow. First game will be at 11:30.
Yeah, we'll be over at the UVU.
Bucks Ace Harbor look ahead. We'll get that in the post-game show once we see what the matchups will be. Swenson now ahead in the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch with runners on first and second. 1 out. A shot up the middle. This is going to drop. And they're going to wave the runner and then last minute put a stop sign on. Probably a good idea.
Yeah,
kind of froze on a line. Didn't get a great jump out there at second.
Yep.
And so base is full of Mustangs here in the top of the 6th inning. And the Mustangs already up 4-2.
Number 1 seed kind of on the ropes here. Boy, they would love to get a ground ball, double play ball, and get the heck out of here.
And here comes Brandon Lyon. You might know that name. Taylorsville High School, went to Dixie Junior College, drafted by the Blue Jays. Name's retired on the Bruce Hurst outfield. Was traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks right before the 04 season for Kurt Schilling, and then in 04, bloody sock. The Bambino broken. Went on to play after the Diamondbacks. Had a stint with the Detroit Tigers where he played for Jimmy Leland. Went to Houston. He ended up with, 14 years. Had a stint with the Mets and then finished up with the Angels, I believe.
Yeah, he's got a few different jerseys hanging up in his closet.
Yep. Really calm. Lets the guys play. Has called a lot more pitches this year than he did, say 3 years ago, last couple years with the intercom systems on the catcher. He can just call in the pitch quickly. 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, Brandon said, I call maybe 5% of the pitches.
Really?
And last year, that changed quite a bit with that intercom system. This year, he's calling probably more like 90% of the pitches.
We just got word that game does start at 11 tomorrow. Thank you, Trevor.
That's what I was thinking, 11 a.m.
Yeah, for some reason I had 11:30, maybe because all these games were at 12:30.
11, 1:30.
Yeah.
Give you 2.5 hours between the games.
Right.
Nightcap will be at 7 tomorrow night. A couple of teams could potentially play 2 games tomorrow.
Yeah.
Chopper foul. And it's 0-2 here on the Mustang hitter, J.C. Jones. Jordan ready to maybe clear the base pass. This is a big moment here for Jones. He's got dreams coming all weekend into the state tournament about bases loaded situation. He's got one now.
Big moment for the Mustangs.
Yeah, could really break this game open. Swenson has other ideas. Breaking ball, but just doesn't drop in high. For ball 1-2. Swenson, long stare in. Hayden Smith behind the dish, flashing signs. Now he sets up a little on the outside part of the plate, and it's a fastball fouled straight back. Andrew Nilsson would be next here with one out.
Mountain Crest looking to shake up the bracket a little bit, where it doesn't go chalk, as they say.
Swenson, grounder out there to Sechrist. Sechrist going to go to third, get the force there, and a run will score. It's 5-2 and 2 down. That was just not hit sharp enough for Sechrist to roll that into a double play.
Exactly.
Job putting the ball in play. And if you're Mountain Crest, you love that. I mean, you'll take that fielder's choice. RBI there picked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
For J.C. Jones, and I think Bradfield was the one that came home and scored, and now Andrew Nelson will step in. 5 runs on 4 hits for the Mustangs, 1 error. 2 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Warriors. The line score brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors.
Getting any type of an insurance run in these late innings is huge for Mountain Crest.
Dieter is dancing up there on the base pass, trying to distract Swenson a little bit.
It may have, because that ball was way outside.
And Smith wants to come talk to his pitcher for a second. We see Hayden Smith do this quite often. He's already done it a couple times in this game. Did it earlier with Tank Kelly, now doing it here with Mikhail Swenson.
Now, I'm not sure. The catcher has unlimited visits, don't they? Here in high school baseball?
Yeah, I mean, within reason. If you're doing it after every pitch, I think you can have the umpire take exception, but I don't think there's not a hard limit, no. One-0 pitch from Swenson, popped up into shallow center field, actually going back a couple steps there, but plenty of room for Sam Lindsay, and that is out number 3. But an insurance run here in the top of the 6th to give the Mustangs a 5-2 lead on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Back to Miller Park. We go to the bottom of the 6th when we come back.
LivingSt. has every home for sale in Southern. Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
Back live here, Devin Dixon, Mark Musgrave. 5-2 the score. Boulevard Home bringing you our coverage here on the Fan Sports Network. Love our sponsors. Thank you so much for joining us. Looking for a Warrior donut run home run potentially. That would be A-OK with Coach Sechrist. They had 34 as a team after Harrison's home run yesterday.
Yeah.
Tops in all of 4A. I mean, you look at Crimson as a great hitting team. They have 14 less as a team.
Wow.
And there's some home run power on Crimson's team as well.
Absolutely is. That's amazing. I don't know if I ever looked at those numbers side by side.
And you still got Riley Maddock. I mean, Coach Hansen saying, Riley, this is your game, buddy. Give me everything you got. And he's got a 3-run lead. 2-1 the count now here on Talon Kelly. And a swing and a drive. That's hit pretty well. Going back, and he's going to beat the left fielder over his head. It's going to be an extra base hit. The throw relayed in. Kelly kind of was starting to jog. Had to turn on the jets just a little bit. But he still lands a second with a leadoff double, stand-up double.
Boy, that couldn't turn out much better for the Warriors to a start of this inning. Bottom of the 6th here. And you get a leadoff double. That's a great way to start off a half inning for sure.
Talon Kelly 2 for 3 tonight after that double. And that was hit well.
Yeah, it really was.
That was probably coming off the bat, a little 94, 95 on the velo off the bat. That's a guess from me. I don't have that officially in front of me here.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely barreled that one up.
Maddock, though, has had this happen before. He's had a lot of hits. He's seen Warriors go back-to-back singles and some things early in this game, but he's been able to really never panic with runners in scoring position. And he does have the 3-run cushion here. Pitch count for Maddock is now at 82. Breaking ball, and it's missing. And count evens up to Corbin Hafen at 1-1, 333 hitter. Just a junior.
Both teams up on their respective dugouts. They are all into this game.
And a swing and a shot to first. Nice glove by Nelson. The flip over to Maddock, and they get the out. Runner does advance over to third base and one away. And we do have a pinch hitter. Kyson Goetz is going to come into pinch hit now. Goetz will get an AB here in that 9 spot in the Warriors lineup.
Left-hander.
First baseman, number 7, Braden Loveland.
So Loveland is lifted here. He'll re-enter, I'm sure, to play defense, but Goetz will hit for Loveland.
Goetz getting stretched out a little bit, taking a couple of hard swings outside of the box. Runner on third, 1 out. Warriors would love to push that run across here in the late part of this game. Bottom of the 6th. That pitch up and out of the zone for ball 1.
I first met Kyson Goetz. Take a guess where, Mark?
I'm going to say Chick-fil-A.
Incorrect. At the golf course.
At the golf. That's what I shot. Why did I say Chick-fil-A? Of course it was a golf course.
Kyson grew up playing junior golf. Got paired with my son a lot in the JAG golf program down in southern Utah.
Yeah.
They played a lot from about age 8 till about age 14. I've seen Kyson play more golf than baseball, and I saw him play a lot of baseball last year and this year as well. Probably going to see him start tomorrow for the Warriors in that next game. Really good golfer. He actually stopped golfing, though, after, I think, his freshman year. He played his freshman year in the fall golf season and stopped. He's focused on baseball.
Sure.
A lot of chatter coming from the Warrior dugout here. 3-1 count to Goetz. Is swing and a miss. 3-2 the count now. Good pitch there by Riley Maddock.
Yeah, both fan bases are really kind of barking and cheering for their team. It's a little chippy out there, and you expect that with kind of a close game here, 5-2. Warriors trying to make it 5-3.
Payoff pitch, and he got him. Strike 3, caught looking. Goetz thought it was low, was headed to first. And he's down on strike. Session, that's mechanical strikeout. Yeah, you're right. Both dugouts are leaning on the rail. Nobody's sitting back on the bench. Everybody's locked and focused in on this game.
You know, and that's a critical out right there. When you get that second out and the runner is stranded at third, you got to, as Goetz, that's a foul ball, strike 1. Goetz, you've got to put that ball into play and try to push that runner across with only 1 out. Now there's 2 outs, a deep fly, a ground ball. That's going to end the inning, as opposed to if you do that one batter before with 1 out, you probably push that run across.
And Goetz, you know, he maybe thought it was low there. And
yeah, I know, but as in the old coach in me says, I don't care. If it's close, foul it away. Get rid of it. Go to the next pitch.
Swenson's hot, though. He's in here with 2 outs. 0-2 count, though, after fighting off a couple pitches. 2 for 3. Picked up an RBI single moments ago, and he lifts another one into right field. This one's going to skip and get off the leg, and it's an RBI double for Swenson. So back-to-back RBI hits for Swenson, his last 2 ABs. He's 3 for 4 on the night, and it's back to a 5-3 lead for Mountain Crest here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Nice piece of hitting right there for Swenson. Went the other way, went oppo, went with the pitch. Great piece of hitting, able to push that run across.
And now here is Cruz Secret stepping in after the double by Swenson. And Cruz hit it hard a couple times tonight.
Yes.
But he's 1 for 3. Could very easily be 3 for 3 if he. But 2 of his line shots have went right to the shortstop and right to the center fielder. Or was it twice to the center fielder? Now I'm second guessing my analysis.
Well, he has been barreling up a couple of the pitches, so he has been hitting it hard. Now he just needs to hit it hard where they ain't.
1-1, the count now here. Sechrist in the Buck Brand Beef batter's box. 2 outs, bottom 6. Duck on the pond at second after Swenson doubled.
I'm sure when I said they got to hit it where they ain't, I'm sure all the language arts and English teachers are like, oh, no, don't say that.
I'm getting flooded with text right now. Missing there, 3-1 the count now. Patient AB here for Cruz Sechrist. Maddock up to 96 pitches. You can go 110, and if you start the batter before 110, you can go a little bit over that.
Yeah, finish that batter.
And high lost him. Sechrist is aboard. And Sechrist kind of trying to fire up the dugout a little bit after he draws the walk.
He's the tie and run.
I don't know if his brother Cannon would have ever tried to fire up the dugout like that on the way to first.
Seems a bit shy.
Next time we see him, we'll have to ask him.
Yeah.
So, meeting on the mound, and will that be it for Maddock? He's pitched well tonight. He's given his team every opportunity to win this game. I don't know if they're going to go get him. I think there might just be a conversation here. He's checking on him, seeing how he's feeling.
He's not handing him the ball yet.
He's at 90.
Okay, he's going to stay in
98 pitches, so maybe try to get out of this 6th before he has to go to the bullpen here.
Yeah, that's certainly the game plan.
And
now, whether they execute that game plan, that's going to be up to him and the Warriors. Ryder Harrison in particular, and my goodness, you know that this kid has a little bit of a flair in him.
Yep, hit that walk-off 2-run home run yesterday. 7 home runs on the season for Ryder. And I'm going to take a wild guess and say Ryder was watching film last night. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say he's probably watching some film. Any film we could find on probably this guy right here, Riley Maddock.
Yeah, for sure.
Bounces to play, good block by Hornsby behind the dish for the Mustangs. Hornsby, been really solid, rock solid behind the dish because we haven't really mentioned him.
No, really, we haven't. You're exactly right.
2-0 the count to Ryder Harrison, breaking ball for a called strike. Ryder want to see one there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure Ryder's hunting fastballs, too. He doesn't want to be trying to square up a breaking ball with movement.
Time called. Harrison quickly steps back in. 5-3, Mountain Crest leading. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and that one is ripped hard, and it's going to drop into right. 1 run will score. The throw gets through. It's an RBI single by Ryder Harrison. The lead is cut in half. It's 5-4. And that was pulled nicely out there to right field off the batter, Ryder Harrison.
Well, I'll tell you what, he certainly has the it factor, doesn't he, Devin? I mean, he just comes up in big moments and delivers.
Yeah.
Warrior crowd kind of getting loud now again. Mustang crowd getting a little nervous. They do have 2 outs, but runners on first and third. Warriors looking to tie this game up. They got big Sam Lindsay stepping into the batter's box.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Sam did not get a hit yesterday, and he is 0 for 2 tonight. He's still looking for his first hit in this ballpark.
Boy, I tell you what, he is definitely due. You know, baseball's a numbers game. It's going to come at some point. This would be a big moment for Sam Lindsay to be a
swing and a drive, and there is Lindsay. He's at least tied this game. It's going to get on the wall. And Lindsay's going to have a 2 RBI triple as the throw comes in late, and the Warriors take the lead.
Wow.
6-5 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sam Lindsay looking for that first hit. He was due, and boy, did he ever come through in a clutch situation.
Another nominee for our Bin Blaster blast of the game, out to the doTERRA logo, maybe the BYU store logo.
1-0 pitch, and boom. Just goes with it into right center field. And 1, 2, 3.
Right there to the Breeze logo.
3 hops till it got all the way to the wall at that 388 mark. And that'll be it for Riley Maddock. Maddock deserves a round of applause.
Absolutely.
And you can see some Mountain Crest fans on their feet. Gave Coach everything he had. He throws 104 pitches.
Wow.
But now he's in line to get tagged with the loss. This is not an elimination game. And the new pitcher we'll tell you about after this quick 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. 6-5 on the Wilkinson scoreboard here on the Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Intermountain Health, Lighthouse Foods, The Lifetime Store, Cache Valley Bank, Ken Garf St. George Ford, Tint World, Closet Factory, D.R. Horton Homes, Big O Tires, Lighting FX, SkyWest Airlines, Canyon Media, and St. George News.
So call the bullpen. Pitch change brought to you by Nets on Fire. Appreciate Nets on Fire, indoor basketball training facility. Ignite AU program under the Nets on Fire umbrella. Summer training packages are available. Go to netsonfire.org. And Hill is the pitcher that has come into the game for Coach Hansen and Mountain Crest. And Hill comes in down by 1.
You know,
still finishing up his warm-up tosses. 8 games that he has appeared in, 16 in the third. Actually, 9 games. 1-2 the record. Does have a save. Giving up 22 hits, 9 runs, only 7 earned. Walked 3, struck out 11. ERA right at 3. And he nearly plunked Hayden Smith.
All this with 2 outs as well. The Warriors have done some serious damage with 2 outs. They've kind of flipped this game where we thought we were going to have a bottom of the 7th, and we may still.
Shot off the bat of Smith. Dieter scoops it up, throw on the money, and that's big because the Warriors were trying to get a little insurance run, but a vacuum cleaner play by Dieter, the shortstop, for the 6-3 putout. And that'll do it, but not before 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors. They do leave 1 on base, and we go to the 7th. Snow Canyon has the lead, 6-5 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Back after this full time.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
In Utah, we love our sports. At KSL, we live and breathe sports. Wherever the action is.
Look who we found in Pasadena.
We're there. Wherever you are. Tune in. On air, online, and on the new KSL Sports app. We cover it all. From high school to pro. And the only radio team that's home to the Utah Jazz. KSL Sports Live and KSL Sports Zone. The one team that never stops tracking your teams.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
In all of Utah, call 435-251-2299 to find the location nearest you.
Back here at Larry H. Miller Field on the campus of BYU, and we have a great baseball game going on right now. We're going to the top of the 7th. The Warriors scored 4 in the bottom of the 6th to kind of flip this game. 3 more outs. They can stay in that winner's bracket. They're hoping they don't even have to come up to bat in the bottom of the 7th. Mustangs looking to just tie this game, maybe extend it, maybe even take the lead.
And again, both these teams will play on to tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Dixie has already went 2-0 after winning again today. Grand Canyon winning yesterday, losing today. Crimson losing yesterday, winning today. Mustangs got the bats alive today, didn't they? And a good pitching performance from Javen Ross. And you got to assume they'll throw Bo Sampson in game 1 tomorrow. But Swinson in there right now to try to keep Snoqualmie on that winner side of the bracket. 0-1 pitch and a check swing by Hornsby, the Mustang catcher, who tonight is 0 for 1. He's got a board a couple times. We've got a walk, got hit by a pitch.
He's a big kid, too, isn't he? The double deuce. Oh, got him.
Yep, that takes it for the team, as they say, and he is aboard, and that's the tying run right there at first base.
Not how you want to start this inning if you're Swenson with a leadoff free pass.
Nobody warming up in the Warrior bullpen.
Mm-mm.
If you were to make a move, I would guess, and this is just conjecture on my part, maybe Andrew Lyon, who's playing out of second base right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have some other options. Kirby pitched too many pitches. He's not available tonight. He'll be back available tomorrow. He came in on the back end yesterday of Coden Herman.
Swenson looking to get a ground ball here. Love to get that double play ball. And Budge
shows bump, pulls it back, flashes it back out, and fouls it straight back.
Looking to advance Iverson into scoring position. That was a late decision to bunt too. I mean, if you're going to do a sacrifice, you got to get that bat ready, not just put it out there at the last second.
Yeah, and he tries to lay that one down, but it's fouled way up high near us. And it's 0-2 now, the count on Budge, Porter Budge. And now does Coach Hansen turn him loose?
We'll see how this kind of plays out here, not being able to do the little things right there that we talked about earlier in the game, just advancing the runner on a routine bunt. Now there's 2 strikes. You got to be swinging away.
I don't know if anything's routine in this situation. This is a tense moment, though. It's a little harder than you think.
Tense.
You know, and Swinson knows he's probably going to bunt, so he's kind of elevating that, and he's not throwing it down the meaty part of the plate. And that one missing, 1-2 the count now. Swenson now ready to rock and fire, and it's just a bit outside, or maybe a little tall in the zone.
Yeah. Good spot, though. That's a good pitch. I was telling Caden, not every great pitch is a strike, and that's one of them. You know, you're just trying to get Budge to chase that.
2-2 the count. Swenson swing and a miss for out number 1. An S&S mechanical strikeout. Appreciate S&S. Summer heat is coming to St. George, so get your AC tune-ups. Call S&S or visit snsairconditioning.com. See all their special offers. And this is one on, one out. It's a 6-5 game. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Mustangs. 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error in this game so far for the Warriors. And here is Mr. Riley Maddock.
Oh, Maddock, yeah.
Strike 1 right down the K zone.
Warrior fans getting loud on every pitch now. especially when it's called a strike.
They've been loud and into this game since the start.
Yeah.
Cheering on their mates. The 0-1 pitch from Swenson and a shot to second. Lyon grabs it. Jump throw to second. Relay on to first. Not in time. And Maddock legs out and is safe, and they can't get the double play. That would have been a sensational double play.
Wow, that really would have been. That was a nice grab by Lyon out there at second. And then with the heads-up play to still be able to get the lead runner was huge to keep him out of scoring position.
And
watch this right here. Nice dig.
Little jump throw. Did he get the bag there? Did Seacrest get the bag? And Loveland, that's a great job. He had to come off the bag, but he couldn't let it get past him and let that runner get down a scoring position. So Loveland had to come off as Seacrest was really trying to put a little extra on that throw to get the double play. But 2 down, and Mountain Crest is down to their final out in this game tonight. And it is Palmer, who is 1 for 3, 2 RBI hit earlier in this game. That was back in the 4th, that 3-run inning. And Swenson called strike 1. Good pitch there by Swenson. Swenson checks the runner.
He's not getting a long lead. I mean, he's just a step off the bag.
Strike 2 on the outside part of the play from Swenson, and now Mountain Crest is down to their final strike in this 7-inning 4A state championship baseball game here on a Tuesday night from Miller Park. Swenson, fastball outside, ball 1, good eye by Palmer. Tough to lay off that pitch, probably, but he did. Of course, again, tomorrow, bracket play will switch over to Utah Valley. BYU's got practice, and Pepperdine's coming in. So then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they got that final West Coast Conference Series here at Miller Park. So we'll switch over to UVU. And a swing and a drive, and this is hit well. Lindsey, though, is camping underneath it. He's got a beat on it. Game over. A fly out by Palmer. And the Snow Canyon Warriors, the comeback kids, they've done it now 2 games in a row. They came back yesterday and beat Bear River, and they come back again today. They trailed 4-1, and they come back and win it 6-5, thanks to a 4-run inning in the bottom of the 6th. And this game's on ice.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure Coach Seacrest is going to talk to his team a little bit later and saying, boys, you're affecting my health a little bit here. Can we play with the lead and keep the lead through a whole game? Man, just back and forth both days.
He'll get some good rest tonight.
Yeah, he will. He will, absolutely.
You always sleep better after a win. And Coach Hansen, his Mountain Crest team, I mean, they're a good baseball team.
They really are.
It'll be really interesting to see how it plays out tomorrow. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll take a 90-second timeout. When we come back, the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Clean it all up for you, hand out some awards, get your final look at all the Adams Wealth Advisors statistics, and the final one more time on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. 6-5, Snow Canyon gets the win.